Awesome. Okay. Welcome everyone. This is our weekly WoW Wellness Team call. Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about keep it simple, simple, simple. AO scan technology is so advanced, it can really overwhelm a lot of people. But Lauren Swenson, the founder of this technology, he really wants this to be kept simple because it is so advanced, it does so much for us, and we really don't have to know all the details. We don't have to be effective with it. So I want to talk a little bit about that tonight. Now, practitioners, doctors, veterinarians, dentists, chiropractors, they're used to working in a little greater detail. So, of course, they've got the geek brain and they want to know all of the nuts and bolts about it. And that's awesome because we have that opportunity to learn those things. Lauren has been very, what would I say, systematic in mapping out some training, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, which also opens up more aspects of the scan technology, but it's not necessary to be successful with this. It's just extras for those that want extras. So please do not get weighed down in all that and think that you have to be a practitioner, you have to go back to school, you have to take all these classes. No, you do not. You can use this scanner very, very effectively and build a very substantial business just using the basics. So I'm going to share my screen and show you a little bit about what I'm talking about. All right, so this is the full offering if you have taken phase 1, 2, and 3 of the training. Now, the total of that is around $995. It's not necessary unless you really want to get in deep and do some deeper practitioner type stuff. But at the basic level, and can you all see my screen okay? Someone let me know. Anyone?
Yes.
You're
Great.
good.
Thank you. Okay, so my recommendation, I know Lauren is really big on the quick scan. I'm like an all-in-one, let's go, we got work to do. So I don't spend a lot of time because I'm trying to take care of myself, my family, and the people that I serve. Easy scan for me is the most basic because even though you can run the quick scan and get a lot of great information, and a lot of people love to do quick scan 3 times a day to find out what supplements do I need to take today. That's awesome. But with the easy scan, if you're limited on time and resources, easy scan, if you have supplements in your library, you can choose to scan those. You don't have to. I actually had my scanner like 9 months before I ever put a single supplement in my scanner. It was too much. I didn't have time. So it's not that big a deal unless you have time and want to do that. But when you run an easy scan, you are going to get the inner voice, which is going to offer them 4 reports with a lot of very useful information. You don't have to be the expert. You don't have to decipher it for them and tell them what it means. They get to read it. So the top 3 colors and notes that are out of balance is the body overcompensating. And the bottom one, the lowest one, is the something that tends to be repressed or suppressed. So if you were going to pick one of those to focus on, Lauren says that bottom one or the fourth one is probably the most important. I usually coach people to read the report, look at the color, try to implement that color throughout your day. If you have the colored glasses, wear them for at least 15 minutes during the day. And I like to encourage people to go through and read the positives as an affirmation, speaking them out loud. Whether they believe these phrases or not is not important because your cells don't know the difference between fact and fiction. They're only going to go with what you're putting out there. So if you continue to read these positives as an affirmation, your cells go along with that, as well as listening to the balancing harmonics. So I love to do the easy scan because it does all of that plus the vitals, which you don't even have to look at the vitals report. I'm just going to pull one up here. So after you run your easy scan, this would be the screen. Now remember, those of you that have been here for a little while, this is what it used to look like, okay? And this is a little more simplified for people that want to use this. Go back to the classic. That's awesome. I'm still getting used to the pulse tones myself. let's see. So here, I usually leave these the same. You can change them if you want to. The one that I will change is usually the notes right here, because in the morning I want something a little more supercharged, like the neuro aerobics or the supercharger. In the evenings, I need something that's going to help me go to sleep. So I might use Dreamscape or Dreamship, or Meditation Cloud is one of my favorites. So this is really about the only one I change. You can coach your people, if they have a preference on if they need a little energy or little relaxing, that's one place that they can change. They can also listen to 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, and to the pulse cycle. Now, something you might not be aware of that they will not know unless you tell them. This bar over here on the right, this is the pulse tone. So let's go ahead and start. This screen needs to be out of my way. Let's just start this. Okay, you hear that. This bar right here will make that softer or louder. Some people don't like that pulse. It's kind of annoying. Some people do like it, but you have the option of making it fade in and out or making it stronger. And then over on the left is actually the music. You can make it louder or softer. So you have a lot of control here. Okay. And then you'll notice Lauren has the high and the low instead of all four like the old classic version. So these would be the two that they would focus on. They can go, because you're going to get the little email. You see this little, get this window out of the way. This little email icon, you push that, it goes right to them, and they're going to get 4 inner voice reports. Have them read through the first one, the top one, and the last one to read what things look like in a negative state, what they look like in a positive state, and have them speak those positives as an affirmation and focus on this color. If they have the colored glasses, Lauren recommends wearing both of these separately, of course, at least 15 minutes a day. Okay. So just doing that right there, you have given someone so much support that would cost them quite a bit of money to go to a practitioner. Okay. But also, you get the vitals. Do you need to know what all this stuff means? No. Take a look at it. It's information. Get familiar with the meridians and how the physical and the emotional can affect them. But you don't need to be the expert and be able to tell them, well, what does 2 mean on sheep milk? Does that mean I shouldn't drink sheep milk? Let's not worry about it. The point is, when you've run an easy scan, the technology has found out everything that is out of homeostasis. Okay, so anything that's not a green 5, this is homeostasis. Anything that is not that, it's out of balance. So the technology is so advanced, it is sending back to the person immediately the frequencies that the body needs to come back to homeostasis. Does that mean everything comes back fixed? No, it's going to take some time. It is a support therapy, I call it. It would be like if you went to an energy practitioner and they gave you a treatment. This is a treatment right there, running an easy scan in 6 minutes. Okay. So this is what Lauren is trying to say about keep it simple, because just doing that every single day, people are going to have huge shifts in their emotions, which is also going to help shift their physiology along with the balancing or the optimized frequencies. So you'll notice when you look at your report, you've got everything out of range over here, or in range and out of range, but it says previous scan. Again, this is the initial scan. When you push easy scan and submit, this is everything that the technology found to be out of balance. And how far out of balance. It automatically optimizes the individual. And then it shows you over here where things came, where they landed after the optimization. Some things shift, some things don't. Now, there's a lot of different reasons for that. But what you can do is, for yourself or the people that you're running scans on, go to those inner voice scans, those reports, and at the bottom, it's going to tell you some of the possible causes. And on the right-hand side, that's on the left side, and on the right-hand side, it's going to tell you some things that you could be doing for yourself. Maybe you need some sunlight. Maybe you need some chiropractic adjustments. Maybe you need a parasite cleanse. Maybe you need some vitamin D, but it's going to give you clues that you can be doing for yourself. Nobody has to be an expert. It is that simple. Whoops. That is not what I wanted to do. Do, do, do. Okay. Is there any question about that? Is this
I'm not sure that I understand. So it was an easy scan, and I saw, to me, that was the inner voice that came up with the pulsing. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. The only exclusion was that it gave you the high and the low real quick. But
yes.
you can still play it. But then there was all those reports, and that's what I find the clients get all hooked up in is, oh my gosh, what's all this? So that, to me, I'm not easy scan. You said this is after optimization and before optimization. So do they have to push the scan button again? Okay, help me out.
You are the one. Okay, so when you run a scan for somebody, are you doing it live or are you taking a voice clip from a recording?
A voice clip from a recording.
Okay, so when you pull up their profile and you push easy scan and then you push start and it counts down 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you play their voice and
Right.
it automatically scans them and automatically sends back optimization.
Okay. But
You do
then,
nothing else
oh, okay. Oh, okay.
except push the little icon for the email so they can receive their reports and their balancing harmonics.
And
That's it.
so okay, but on the right, you said this is the pre, and then the left is the optimization. So what is the pre?
That's the initial scan where the technology is finding out everything about the individual.
Okay, and
And
then
it
this is the optimization of it.
after it's already sent everything back to them, it's already read how they came out.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
all done just like that. We don't even know it's happening.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
But the thing is, if you ran easy scan every day, and you can do it a couple of times a day unless you've got someone that's really sensitive to frequencies. I like to run it at least once a day because I'm giving myself a treatment. I don't even have to understand it. I don't need to know the details. I'm getting what I need
Okay.
because the technology is so advanced, it's doing it for us.
And let me say, so is it easy scan? Do you feel like it's a general modality for general health? Or how would you package it?
I do. I mean, if I could get this into every single household and just have people do easy scan, that would make huge shifts in every home.
Right, but I'm asking when they, because oh, I have problems with this, and they get very specific.
Mhm.
And so what I hear easy scan is more of a general health or a general optimization of your general health. And
Yes. So if you're going to work with somebody, you get a little more detailed, get into body systems and comprehensive. And if you have homeoenergetics, yeah, if you're working with someone, then you go deeper.
right, I just am trying to see how to even portray it as a service.
Got you. So you are a practitioner?
I am.
Okay, awesome. And Sephi, thank you, Cassandra. So we have a mix of practitioners and stay-at-home moms, and Cassandra happens to be an educated stay-at-home mom that actually has an ability to help people as well with their health. But some do not have any background, and that's what I'm trying to say is when you're trying to help people, they can have their own scanner. They don't have to be a practitioner. For me, I don't want people dependent on me because there's too many people. It's not enough of me. So if we can empower them to use the scanner themselves, oh my gosh, can you imagine how freeing that would be for all of us, them and us? But
Yeah, you
as
don't
a
have to convince me.
practitioner,
We're doing a pilot right now about with using inner voice, and you don't have to convince me. That's exactly. But I want to understand the difference between easy scan and inner voice to
okay, so
understand how
gotcha.
the benefit.
So you can do inner voice by itself and you can do vitals by itself.
Right.
I personally don't just because of my time and my structure. I like the easy because it does everything for me. But there is a lot of reasons why you might want to do easy by itself. And some practitioners feel like they just can't send the vitals to people. I don't have a problem. My people don't have a problem with it, but some people find it really overwhelming. So maybe you don't want them to have the vitals, but
Okay,
you
good.
might want them for yourself.
Yes, gotcha.
So
I'm totally with you. And I totally agree with your philosophy. We want to get them in their hands, but they do have to learn what the value is and begin to engage in the benefit first. So, yeah.
exactly. Yes. And then, if they've got something really big going on, getting into the comprehensive and selecting, picking, maybe you just want to look at the circulatory system. Oh my
Right.
goodness. Even a stay-at-home mom without a health background can do this stuff. They don't have to be an expert, but those that are very well educated find this quite fascinating.
Yeah, I do too. And so far, we're only in week 3 of our pilot, but we're already finding some patterns. I believe we're finding some patterns. So it'll be very interesting. We're hitting the physical, the emotional, and the sleep and the weight as our 4 target areas to see if there's an impact and a change. So we're quite excited.
That is amazing. I cannot wait to hear from you when you've gotten more data.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be the end of August 1st or September, but we have one person dedicated to handling the pilot. So that's got to be so we can get some significant data reports on what people find when they are given a packet. And then we're actually doing it only 4 days. And then we step away and give them those 3 days to decompress. They can use the device, they can play the recordings, or they can step away and see if there's a difference there so that they can evaluate what the authenticity and the significance of this AO is going to bring them in their health and in their well-being. So it is exciting.
That is incredibly valuable.
I agree.
And thank you for sharing that, because this recording is going to go out to our team and that could be very, very helpful to so many people.
Oh, well, I'll be happy to share it with you. I think you're our grandmother. I'm under Chelsea Barlow.
I'm your great
So
grandma.
great grandma. Okay. Okay, great grandma, but you're looking great. I want to be like you when you grow up. When I grow up. Great.
That's awesome. I think I'm Shelly's great grandma too.
Awesome.
Or maybe great great. I think I'm her
Oh.
great great grandma. Oh, this is awesome. That is incredible. That's so valuable. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, I'm excited too. Yeah, we can hardly wait.
Cassandra, yes, I'm your mama. So does anybody have any other questions before I share something? Anybody have any questions? Leslie, you got anything?
I have to admit, I've had the machine for 6 weeks and I haven't done it yet. I mean, not machine, sorry, the program. Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
holding you
now,
up?
you know what? I was on vacation for a month and I just couldn't find time to just do it. I don't know. It's just so yeah. So now I'm home. I'm over the jet lag and I'm trying to catch up. So here I am on this call. Yeah.
That's awesome. We could have helped you with the jet lag with your scanner.
Oh, really? Because I'm still suffering a little. Yeah.
So you need to get your profile set up and run an easy scan so it can optimize you.
Okay. Whatever that means.
I actually have got jet lag too, so I'm going to do it tonight. I'll see what happens. Leslie, I challenge you to come and do it with me, man. Let's see what happens.
We'll give it a shot. So you can do this any time of the day then. Morning, evening, whatever.
This thing is on me 24/7. I don't go anywhere without it.
Well, what I did is I had my regular phone, but I set up a second user on my phone. Like all your phones, you can have multiple users. So as a second user, it I only have my Solex stuff on there. So when I'm using that, when I'm in there as that user, I'm not getting any interruptions. Like I've been trying to think, what's the best way to organize myself, right? So you don't get any interruptions like notifications or anything like that, right?
Right.
Because it's a way to utilize your own technology that you have already, your own, machinery, right? And then just adding the program. So that's
Yep, it is
but
a
I'm
web
quite interested.
application.
Yes, yeah, web or like right on the on your phone, or your tablet, whatever. But I'm quite interested in a lot of the products. I bought the 660 band. Now I'm with Cheryl, and both my husband and I use that. We just figure, okay, it must do something good for us. I don't know.
I wear mine 4 to 5 times a day, 45 minutes each.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
Cheryl actually has, I'm going to cry. Cheryl hit me up this morning with a really powerful testimony with her 660 band. Hopefully she will share it next Wednesday night, if she can do it.
Yeah. Well, she was saying it helped her mom quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
But I'm
amazing.
interested. Yeah. Well, I mean, infrared therapy. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. But I'm quite interested in the supplements as well.
Yeah, Prime, you got to learn about Prime.
Now,
Everybody should be on Prime.
I do have a question. Okay, so methylated versus non-methylated.
Yep.
Okay, I have done the DNA stuff, and I do not have the MTHFR variation. But like, is there any advantage to using the methylated versus not methylated? Or
I don't believe so if you don't need it. I know for me, I didn't even realize I had MTHFR. I did not know until I started running scans and my vitals came up and I was new. I didn't understand everything. But these things hit you and it's like, huh, oh. And then you start putting pieces together, like it keeps telling me that I need these different Bs and that stage 2 liver detox is suffering and glutathione's coming up. I'm like, and then MTHFR comes up. I'm like, okay, well, that's enough pieces that tell me that I probably better do some methylated. And Lauren had launched Prime at Day of Discovery last September, and I bought some because it's the most comprehensive, complete vitamin, mineral, nutritional supplement I've ever seen. It's like 4 or 5 things in one. And I was like, oh my gosh, the list just kept going on and on and on. And then the month following, he launched the methylated version and I bought it and it was a game changer for me.
yeah, I figure, you know what, you can't go wrong doing the methylated because, as you say, not everyone has done a DNA profile.
But your scanner will tell you.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and
that's
you never
how
know
I found mine.
Who knows how accurate the test was that I took originally.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Molly said it was a game changer. How was it a game? Oh, so I could feel a big difference in myself, energy wise. I could just tell that something shifted when I got on the methylated Prime versus the regular Prime. So if you can't assimilate B vitamins, folate, and you're not detoxifying well, you don't have the same benefits as someone who things are working correctly. And now you're getting the benefit of folate, where before I wasn't really using it. So you can tell.
Right.
Yep. And now that I'm sorry, go ahead, Shelley.
So what were the markers that you were seeing that, because we took my son to a naturopath after he had a seizure, because he had a grand mal seizure at the end of April. And so we took him to a naturopath and she was asking if me and my other son and my ex-husband would all do the test because it's a blood draw and we won't get that from Garrett. And so she asked if we would do was it MTH?
FR.
Yeah. And but we haven't done it yet. So I was just wondering what are
That's a lot of money.
I'm sure it probably is. And so I'm just kind of like putting all the pieces together because I'm seeing some good benefits from the scanner and with all of us. And I just want to put my money where it needs to go. But if he needs the methylation in certain things, because a lot of kids that have autism don't methylate.
Correct. And they don't detox, which is a big
Correct.
part of the problem.
Yep, and he was actually born jaundice. So I think that that's been part of his challenge all through his life so far.
Needs extra liver support.
Mm-hmm. So
Yep.
what were some of the markers when I'm looking at these scans?
So when you're looking at the vitals, you'll
Mm-hmm.
notice Lauren has 2 of the MTHFR. There are actually more. I do kinesiology with functional kit that I'm used to testing, but he has 2 of the main ones on there, and they will show up 1s or 9s. You know, if they're not reds, I don't worry too much about it, but I pay attention. Like if we're at 2 and 8, 3 and 7, I don't pay too much attention. But you're also looking at liver, phase 2 detox. You're looking at the Bs. Are they coming up in the inner voice reports or in the vitamin deficiencies or anything like that? Especially folate,
Okay.
and B12.
Okay.
So when you start seeing all those things coming up, you know that you've probably got some methylation issues and detoxification issues.
That's totally me. Totally me.
And you didn't need blood work for that.
I didn't know. No, I mean, I've just been looking at it. So almost every single thing comes up with almost every day comes up with a liver detox.
Yeah, okay. So you need to be paying attention to that. Look at if you're a practitioner and you know how to do that, that's if you know what to take. If not, you have a practitioner maybe, or you can also go back to your inner voice reports and look and see what some of the recommendations are to support yourself.
Okay. Okay, that's good info. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Molly.
So would you guys ever suggest that some of the recommendations include some of the products from Solex? So
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
to me, that would have been a real helpful component. If I saw that methylated prime came up every single element every single day, then gosh, I go run out and get that. So
Absolutely.
I think it might help our clients if they could be steered towards some of the products that might be beneficial for some of these trends.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my thought. You have access to the head there.
I highly encourage my people to use either the prime or the prime methylated and the gold fulvic at bare minimum. That's a minimum staple because everybody is mineral deficient. When you're mineral deficient, you're vitamin deficient. You have to have adequate minerals on board to even assimilate vitamins properly. Nobody's getting proper minerals. And I've tried so many different things, and fulvic has been a game changer in my practice and myself and my family. I'm very excited about our fulvic gold because I can get it into babies. It's very easy. It's vital. So then you've got the omega and the brain, and those, not everybody needs them, but the omega everybody needs. But if they have, if they're limited on funds and we're looking at the basic staples, I would say prime and gold. Yes, and minerals help with toxins. Exactly right, Cassandra. Yep. So, the more you can get people on that prime, it does so much, and it saves them from taking so many other things because it's all in there. There's absolutely no fillers, no synthetics. It's all the real deal, and it's potent.
Yeah, I've been in the superfoods business for a long time, and sometimes it can be a real struggle to get people to take multiple powders and different things, because when it's whole foods, it is going to be a lot of stuff to take. But I've got people that says, look, I just want just one thing, right? So, but it has been a struggle to find a good encapsulated product. So I'm very thrilled to be able to have this option.
Oh, absolutely. Because everybody, who's going to turn down taking one thing a day?
Right. Yeah. And most people understand why it's important to have some fat for absorption of the vitamins. And
right.
So, yeah, again, to have a good quality omega, because there's a lot of crap out there.
Yep.
Good. Yep.
So one of the other incentives also is that top pack has the brain and the omega and the prime all together, and you get a discount when you do them all three. And if it's on auto ship, it's discounted. So if you have people putting that on auto ship, I think it's still $100 a month. 90, it's either 90 or 100. I can't remember exactly, but that's a huge savings over. I mean, in my clinic, people spend way more than that in supplements to get their health back. So if they would just do that every month and commit to that, if they're not using the scanner, but they do the supplements, that's still a preferred customer for you that you're supporting nutritionally with something better than they're going to get anywhere else.
And you know what? The $100 a month, that is actually very reasonable.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot worse for a lot more out
Oh,
there. And so I'm going to be setting up my husband and my daughter as customers for the program. And so from what I understand with, I was asking about this Bright promotion, right? So so they will get a Bright and I will get a Bright. Does it have to be a minimum amount or something, or how does that work?
You know what? Let me go look
I looked it up and I was trying to understand it. Like Cheryl gave me the link to the promotion. I think they get the Bright shipped to them, and then we get it after, I don't know, a couple of months or something. I'm not sure exactly.
I am pretty sure that every new PC and QLA gets a Bright and the sponsor. But sometimes I know our incentives, it has to be a qualifying order, which means either a device or a new bundle. But I don't know if
Didn't
that's
say anything about
okay.
that
Okay.
in there, because I was trying to see, is there a minimum QV or something, or CV or BV?
It should be 100. I think it's 100 PV.
Yeah. Okay. Which the top will be, I would think.
Yes. Yes. And I will verify that and put it in the group in our chat. I'll verify. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then so you'll have 3 Brights.
Right. And of course my daughter will love that, and my husband too. Like we can all benefit from hyaluronic acid. That's for
I
sure.
love the Bright, and I use the illuminator with it on my face.
I saw that was recommended. Yeah. So
now, once you've been active for 3 months, you get a 30% loyalty reward, and you can use it towards an illuminator.
Oh, yes, good. Because I was wondering about that. I thought, oh, who would I use that for? So if I have 2 QLAs, sorry, not 2 QLAs, 2 personal customers for 3 months, does that rank me at something?
So preferred customers do not rank us. That's why I like to put everybody in as a QLA, because it's only $49 for the whole year. If I have to pay that myself, I'm willing to do that, because it's not going to do anything for them. It doesn't matter. But what I find is most people are like, well, I never intended to sell this thing, and now I've got this friend that wants one. I'm like, I know, I tried to tell you that. But
Right.
your preferred customers do not help you rank. And when you get into the pool sharing, you don't get any pool shares on customers either. So it's best just, if they don't mind the $49 for the whole year, or you don't mind, because you're going to get that back at the first commission. And then every commission after it's commissions. But it's just $49.
Well, that's what I figured, because it's either, if they come in at retail, you're earning a retail commission.
Right.
Since it's family, I might as well take the discount up front, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's still the same QV, right?
Yeah.
I'm always looking for what is the big picture, what is the best plan, right? On how to
So
incorporate.
if you're going to have them on the top pack and keep that in auto ship, they can be a QLA and still give you ranking advantage and pool share advantage. And it doesn't change anything, because they're still going to have that auto ship. They don't have to have a subscription as long as they've got 100 PV every month.
Yeah, because they don't need the subscription when I got
Right.
it. Yeah.
So that's a perfect plan.
Yeah, that's what I like about this company is you don't have to be on the subscription. Not everybody wants to do that, or can, like, even for myself, like I say, it's a bit overwhelming, right? Just with everything else going on in my life. Some people just give me one pill, right? Like, just that's all they want. So you have to meet people where they're at.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we want to get you using that scanner because it's going to help you so much. If you just start
You
running
know
that
what?
easy scan every day and
Yeah,
listening to your harmonics,
I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. Yeah.
great. And then set up profiles for your husband and your daughter and do the same thing for them.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yep. And then once you're comfortable, start sharing it with the world.
Yes, well, I do see it as a nice bonus, for my superfood clients as well, because maybe they're missing something, right? Or like you say, oh, okay, this tells me that you should, like, if I did it seasonally for people as a bonus, like, okay, it's time for a cleanse, right? So,
Well, so the
yeah.
foundation of the technology is actually the inner voice, and that is working on emotions because everybody has emotions out of balance to some degree. That's just that's just how it is. And a lot of things are going on in the subconscious that we aren't even aware of, things that might cause us to react a certain way or be in a certain mood or behave a certain way, respond a certain way because of messages that are going on that we might not even be aware of. And so when emotions are out of balance, physiology cannot completely shift. So that was one thing I found in my practice as a nutritional kinesiologist. We could do all the right things and get people so far down the road in healing, and all of a sudden it just kind of was stuck. And because of my own history of trauma, I can pretty much tell when people have a bunch of junk that's stuck that needs to be released, and they're not going to finish healing until this junk is released. So inner voice helps with that. They don't have to be a therapist. They're actually going to get more benefit out of listening to their balancing harmonics every day than they would get out of years of talk therapy. That's been proven.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Great. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely interested in exploring that.
Yep. And that's how simple it is that you can make huge shifts with people just having them. This is what I do. I say, send me your voice clip every morning before whatever time, because from this time to this time, I'm running scans and sending bouncing harmonics. Okay. They do a 4-week subscription. I only charge $49. Some people charge $79. Some people charge $179. I only charge $49. It takes 5 seconds of my time. But they send me a clip every morning, 10 seconds. I am their name, and I run a little inner voice scan, unless they're on a bigger, like the easy scan, if they're on a different program. But that one, then they get an email with all 4 of their reports on their inner voice that they can read. They can see the colors, they can focus on the colors, they can read the possible causes and the things that they can do to support themselves, and they can speak the positives as affirmations. That just speaking those affirmations, I can tell you, has changed so many lives. Just speaking positive affirmations.
Wow.
It
Okay.
is
Cool.
that powerful and that simple. And you
Yeah.
can do that for people in 5 seconds every day. And then they can take the wheel and do the rest for themselves.
Yeah. And that's the inner voice is the fastest one.
Correct. It's done in no time. Molly, what I offer is a $49 subscription. Yeah, is 4 weeks. I don't do weekends. I tried. Tammy was doing 7 days a week and I tried it and it doesn't work for me. I do 5 days a week and I tell them to listen to Fridays all weekend.
And
Yeah,
so
sure.
after do they usually re-up or get their own scanner?
Correct. They're either going to continue on or they're going to get their own scanner.
Perfect.
Yep. Any other
Okay.
questions?
Good organization.
Yeah.
So that's what I need. I need a plan.
Now I do have those people that are the info geeks. They want to see their vitals every day. So they're on a different subscription, and their subscription is $79 or $100, depending on if they want me to talk to them about it. We got another problem because I don't have time for that unless you book an appointment. Otherwise, you can look at your details. Some people really love to see their chakras and their meridians. They get into that. They like to look at their vitals. They don't have to understand it, but it just makes them feel better to look at it. So
And
meet
get
people
that
where
on.
they are. What's that?
get the chakras on the easy scan?
Yes. Some people really like that. Because it gives them a lot of information about themselves and they can identify.
And you have to clear the program before you do the next person.
You know, I am really bad about not remembering to do energetic clearing and energetic shielding, but you should always do that before you run a scan. I just think at it.
Interesting.
I'm doing my best. We don't
Yeah.
have to be perfect.
No, yeah. But I
But
read somewhere you have to clear the machine.
okay, so what you're talking about is data gets tied up. So I don't do it after every scan. I do it every morning when I start. I clear my pre-cache, my cache. I go into the Google Chrome and I clear my history, and then I turn it off for 3 minutes and let it reset and turn it back on. And I have good flow during the day. If I don't do that, I tend to get hung up.
See, if we could have a little training on that, like the technical
Okay.
side of that would really be terrific.
Okay.
I
You know what?
I don't want to put you on the
That's not
spot.
very hard, Sheila, if you could just show us your screen and.
Yeah. So I also have 3 videos that walk you through it.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
see
Where
if
do I
I
find those?
figure it out here. So this little button up here at the top right, can you see the 3 lines?
Yeah.
Okay, if you click that on your screen, you go over here to cache maintenance, do the pre-cache. Are you sure you want to pre-cache all the media file? Yep, do it. Okay, then I go over to clear cache. Okay, cleared. Now it's gonna,
Okay.
yep,
Oh,
it's gonna
okay,
do this.
great. So you can do it right there.
Yep. And then I don't know how to show you the other one, but if you flip this off your, because I'm on my computer, but on the scanner, if you flip that up and get to your home screen, at the bottom of your home screen, you should see the little Google Chrome icon.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Click that.
Mm-hmm.
And up on the top right, there's 3 little dots. Click those.
Yeah.
And the third thing down says history.
Okay.
And then it says clear browsing data. Everything's checked.
Okay.
Just clear data. And now it's gone. And then you X out, swipe off, and then push the button, the power button, and turn it off and let it set for 3 minutes and then turn it back on. Now everything's clear.
Okay. So here's a tip then. We should probably only do this in an incognito window, because then it'll clear the incognito window cache, or if you don't want to clear the history.
Well, the only history that's in here, I mean, I use a dedicated device. I would never use AO on my personal device. That's not going to happen. I have a dedicated device. So when I clear everything out, it doesn't matter. There's nothing in here I need to save. It's just
so
scan
having
data.
a dedicated device, you just need Wi-Fi, or you could have a SIM card if you want.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a SIM card. I just use Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I have an extra phone.
Okay.
Okay, good tips. Thank you.
You are welcome. Hopefully this helps some other people as well. It's hard to know where everybody's at. So this is great. Any other questions?
I had one. So when you if somebody doesn't really want to be QLA and you say, hey, I'll pay for your membership, do they have to give you their social security number at that time?
Okay, so to be a QLA, there does need to be a tax ID or social security number because of commissions. So that's just a government regulation to earn commissions. Right. Yeah. So
I worked with one company and they didn't ask for it until you started earning some commissions. So you didn't have to put your social security number in until you actually start earning commissions.
And that would be nice. And I just don't know why Solex has it set up on the front end, but we have some people that kind of fudge that number because like countries where we're not open yet, and it takes literally almost 3 months to get a tax ID to do business with the United States. So I didn't say that, but that's what I've heard.
Okay,
But
all right.
yeah. So
Most
Solex, what
foreign
you will learn
countries, you're
about
self-reporting anyways. So in terms of your taxes.
actually Solex does everything by the books. So this is one thing I have to commend Lauren and Kai is an attorney. So they do everything by the books. They will make sure that our company is never taken down or shut down because of anything wrong. They dot every I and cross every T.
Yeah.
That's
So
good to know.
very good integrity they have, yes. So we're safe. I've been with a lot of companies that weren't, and they didn't last long.
Mm-hmm.
And that's frustrating. I'm tired of starting over. This is home forever. Okay. Anything else before we close?
So this is the same time every week that you do this?
Yes, and at someone's request, once Solex provides our new PowerPoint presentation, I've had some people request that we do presentation calls because their circles of people, that's how they're used to joining businesses, and it's very effective. So I haven't really needed it with my business here, but I do have some people requesting it. But Solex actually told us about 3 weeks ago they have a new presentation. We've seen some of it, but they don't have it completely finished. And I honestly have not had time to build one. It takes a long time. But once that happens, I will do a presentation call every other Thursday. And the Thursdays in between, we will do like some kind of education or Q&A, troubleshooting, support, whatever, kind of like tonight.
Okay, so last night's call was a one-off because is that
So
when Tammy normally does a call?
So Tammy and I do the Wow Wednesday call. We've been doing that since January, and it is every Wednesday before the weekly Solex call. And that is also a great prospecting place. You can bring your friends, your family, anybody that you've been talking to, so they can hear from people using it and the experiences that they're having. It's a powerful call.
Mm-hmm.
And we have it every Wednesday, and we both post the replays in our groups and on her YouTube channel. And then I put my replays in our groups and on the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel.
I think I'm subscribed there.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Anything else? All right. This has been a great call. I had no idea everything that was going to happen. Thank you so much, because I know this is a sacrifice for all of us to take this time, but I appreciate you because being able to record all this can help so many other people too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Dr.
Jean.
Sheila.
Thank you.
You are very
Bye.
welcome. Have a
You
blessed
too.
night.
Have a good weekend.
You
too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, good
Let me
night,
know if you need
everybody.
anything.